Welcome to a Business Minute with Lily Lopez, presented by the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Today we're at Perry's in Coral Gables. Free advertising, by the way. And with me is Gabe Duran. He's a member of the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. He's part of our business committee and just a wonderful person that I had the pleasure to meet actually 2 or 3 years ago at a chamber reception at Brightline. And immediately we connected, and he became a member of the chamber. And he's with Paylocity. So I always asked him, what does Paylocity do? I know it deals with human resources and whatever, but I know that it's a company that does a lot of things. So I just wanted to ask you, Gabe, what is it? What does your job entail? Like a typical day in the life of Gabe Duran, you get to your office, and what is it that you do?
So thank you for having me. Love your show. Watch it all the time. So Paylocity is a software company. It was founded in 1997. We became public in 2014, and we're classified as a software company per NASDAQ. So we do the whole life cycle of the employee from pre-hire to retire. So anything from onboarding, recruiting, performance, LMS, which is a learning management system for training your employees.
So basically, you do everything like from A to Z?
Plus is that we have an open API, so we integrate with a lot of accounting systems, benefit enrollment systems, pretty much all 401k providers. Ultimately, what we're trying to provide is the ultimate employee experience for your greatest asset, which is your employees.
Of course.
We help a lot with engagement, with client retention or employment retention to kind of help you keep your employees, because I mean the greatest asset to a company is its employees, and if you're losing them on a constant basis, that really affects your bottom line.
And do you basically serve all types of industries, meaning healthcare, banking, insurance?
Absolutely. Anybody from 20 employees to 10,000, which I think our largest client is the Archdiocese of Miami, which has about 9,000 employees.
And you told me previously that you do training. So tell me a little bit more about the training that you provide to these companies. So basically, they don't have any more headaches, any more problems. If they hire Paylocity, Paylocity will handle basically or customize the needs of the company. And if they do everything with you, no more headaches with employees, basically, right?
Well, employees are always going to be a bit of a headache, Lily.
Right.
But we do help automate and eliminate manual processes that are taking too much time.
Too much time from employers.
So imagine somebody having to do payroll for 4 hours when I could do it in an hour with my system.
Absolutely, right.
Or the trainings that we were talking about is a learning management system where companies can kind of record their own training, upload it, use an existing training and put it in our system, and then kind of assign these trainings to their new hires for continued education. Or imagine now with COVID, having a training assigned for a new hire and you not having to do it there in person. That saves you time and makes you more productive, and also making the company more money.
And how has COVID affected Paylocity? Have you seen an increase in business, decrease, or the same?
I mean, at the beginning, I think people were hesitant to meet in person. Everything was through a Zoom meeting, which that took some getting used to. But I mean, we were at the forefront of being able to automate things for the PPP loan, for the FFCRA, all the new regulations that have to be built into the system so that people don't have to do it manually. I think probably our coolest release was the touch-free clock, to where an employee can clock in with just putting their face without having to touch the clock. So that's obviously increasing the safety of the workforce, because you're not getting your employees or your customers sick. That obviously is going to drive up your benefits costs, because people are using the benefits. So at time of renewal, it's going to shoot up. We also took it a step further and have attestation questions prior to you clocking in. So before I clock in, the system's going to ask me, do you have COVID? Do you have a fever? Do you have any symptoms? And if any of the answers are yes, their immediate supervisor is notified, and they're not allowed to punch in.
Oh, so basically you cover all aspects of supporting businesses.
Absolutely.
Anything else that you would like to add before we conclude the show?
No, I love the chamber. I love you. It's a pleasure. It's a good time. I suggest if you're not a member, you check it out and join.
Absolutely. Oh, God, Gabe, thank you so very much for being on a Business Minute with Lily Lopez. Oh, my great pleasure. And you want to give your website or your cell phone number just in case someone wants to reach you?
G Duran at Paylocity.com if you want a demo, if you have any questions. I'd love to help any of my fellow chamber members out with a discount or anything I could do to help.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Gabe Duran, for being on a business meeting with Lily Lopez today. And I'm going to send this over now to Yendi Alvarez for 90 Seconds of Tech.
This is Yendi for 90 Seconds of Tech, and today I'm going to talk about Slack. Slack is a workplace chat app or communications tool described as a single place where you can message, use the tools, and store files for your company or business. This means that Slack is an instant messaging system with lots of add-ins for workplace tools. Now, the add-ins are not necessary to be able to use Slack because the main functionality of the app is to get people to talk to each other. There are two methods of chat in Slack. One is the channels method or the group chat, and the other is the direct message or the DM, which is the peer-to-peer chat. Slack is all in real time, so you get calls and messages as things happen, and it integrates with other programs and softwares that you may use on your day-to-day. You can finally get your team on the same page and get some work done. With Slack, you can message or call any person or group within your team, share and edit documents and collaborate with the right people, all in Slack, integrate into your workflow and the tools and services you already use, including Google Drive, Salesforce, Dropbox, Asana, Twitter, Zendesk, and more. You can easily search a central knowledge base that automatically archives your team's past conversations and files, and you can customize your notifications so you stay focused on what matters. Now, Slack is available for Android, iOS, Mac, Linux, and even a web version is available online. This is Yendi for 90 Seconds of Tech, reminding you that collaboration is the key to innovation. I'll see you next time.